And we'll back the government's 0.5% increase in the Medicare levy, but only for Australians in the top 2 tax brackets. Costings from the Independent Parliamentary Budget Office show that our plan will deliver more revenue than the government over the medium term without putting the burden onto families on modest incomes. This is a fair and responsible way forward. And this is a promise Labor makes to 10 million Australians tonight. We will do our level best to protect you from the Liberal Party's tax increase. And let me be clear about the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Labor didn't just create the NDIS. We fully funded it, we budgeted it, and Treasury confirmed it. And after 3 years of Liberal cabinet leaks questioning the cost and the value of the NDIS, we will not have our commitment challenged by those opposite. Working with Jenny Macklin, Julia Gillard and, more importantly, tens of thousands of people with disability and their carers to design and deliver the NDIS is one of the greatest privileges of my parliamentary career. Labor will not stop the Liberals' new tax on the banks, but we are deeply sceptical of a banking culture that takes every opportunity to hit customers with higher fees and charges. And we are worried that the weakness at the core of this government will turn a $6 billion tax on the banks into a $6 billion charge on every Australian with a bank account or a mortgage. The big banks know they can run right over the top of this weak Prime Minister. He's giving them a levy with one hand but a tax cut with the other, and a free pass on bad behaviour. I'll give them a royal commission. The government would love Australians to believe that they're doing something on housing, but they're not reforming negative gearing and capital gains. We are. They're not undoing the tax breaks which give every investor a head start at every auction, but we are. They're not serious about tackling the crisis in housing affordability. We are. Let's look, though, at the one new idea for housing in this budget, a poison pill in the superannuation well, just to make houses more expensive. The sad lesson of first home owner grants is that any extra cash in the pocket of people looking to buy is eaten up by price rises. And when you study the detail, this program offers microscopic assistance for young people. The government, with great fanfare, is allocate. If you divide the cost of this program in the budget by the number of first homes sold each year, the government, with great fanfare, is allocating $565 for each home. What a joke, what an insult. It won't even cover the costs of the removalists. This isn't a solution. It's false hope for people who do not have rich parents. Labor will not support this cruel hoax, but we will deliver on our plan for affordable housing, driving the construction of 55,000 new homes over 3 years and creating 25,000 jobs every year. And we will commit to more public housing, including for women and children fleeing family violence. Last year, the Prime Minister's 10-year handout for the top end of town was estimated to cost $50 billion. But on July the 1st, this cost will blow out to $65.4 billion. This is a recipe for fiscal recklessness on a grand scale. It is a threat to Australia's AAA credit rating and therefore a threat to every Australian mortgage holder. The only defence that the Liberals have mounted is that it will lead to an increase in workers' wages. Now, on the government's own numbers, we are talking about an extra $2 a day in 20 years' time. These are the crumbs from the Prime Minister's policy table: $65 billion for big business and $10 a week for workers in 2027. There has never been a more exciting time to be a multinational in Liberal Australia.